Oh, that felt fantastically.
Yeah. Cool, that was good.
See, that's proper. Morning guys, early this morning, it's around 5:30 AM. I've just picked Chris up, and for the first time in a long time I'm going to be heading down to do something that I haven't done in an awful long time. It's quite exciting. I haven't I'm going to go and get, I'm going to tell you, we're going to go and get custom fit by someone who's not one of our custom fitters in one of our stores. It's completely a neutral fit for someone I've never been fitted before properly. I've done some videos with them, but this is the first time it's going to be me with my clubs to see if they can beat them, and it's going to be exciting. So let's see what specs I end up with and see if the brand that we're going to see can beat what I've got. So, little update, we've just pulled over at Fleet Services on the M3. Little Starbucks in hand, it's well needed, 4:30 start for me. So we're heading down to have this fitting. It's going to be a full bag fitting. So I'm going to look at everything from driver, fairway wood, irons. It's going to be interesting. I've been playing my T100s now for, I don't know, about 18 months, maybe nearly 2 years. Love the irons, think they're fantastic. So Lee, who's going to be doing my fitting today, is definitely going to have a little battle on his hands to see if he can beat them. But the one club that I have struggled with in the last probably 8 or 9 years is driver. Distance isn't a problem, but keeping it on the planet is. So I think the one thing that I'm more interested, or most interested in, can he find me a driver that I can control? So hey, I'm going to drink this up and then we're going to head down and get this fitting started. So here we are outside Taylormade's headquarters down here in Basingstoke. Let's head in and get this fitting started. So here we are inside the Taylormade brand centre, and we've got Lee back with us to fit me for this full bag. Lee, where are we going first?
So what we're going to do, we're going to get into the studio, we're going to start you off with irons. Work our bag around your irons.
Okay.
We've seen you hit a few shots before, but this is going to be a completely fresh look. We're going to get those Titleist clubs out of your bag.
Is that your aim? T100s is going to try and beat us and get us into something with a TM on the back.
Yeah.
Come on in, let's go. Yep.
Dive in, we're going to get you warmed up, and we're going to get you hitting your 7 iron. I'm just going to find out a few numbers about what's going on here. How was that one hit?
It's all right?
Yeah?
Bit toey, but it's okay.
Okay. And so these irons were fitted for you. Do you get on well with them?
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah.
We were just saying on the ride down that this is an iron that I've played for about 2 years.
Yeah.
18 months, 2 years. And I said on camera earlier that I think you're going to have a tough job trying to get these out of my hands today, I think.
Okay.
Oh, not if I hit it like that though. Be fine. Where's that QIHL iron? Ugh.
And obviously you're in T100s, so something a little bit more powerful, a little bit more forgiving.
Yeah, I'm getting older. So I wanted something that was a little bit easier to hit for the odd round of golf that I play every year.
Cool.
There you go, you can see the variation there, Lee.
And the shaft you use at the moment, Project X 6.5, is that a shaft you've used for quite a while?
Yeah, to be honest, it's a shaft that I'm not overly comfortable with.
Okay.
It's something that I've used in the last couple of sets. I had it in a set of MCs a few years ago.
Yeah.
But I've had nip-on, I've had dynamic gold, I've had a bit of everything really.
Okay. So for example, a Project X versus a dynamic gold is going to have a very different feel characteristic to it.
Yep.
Not necessarily down to, I mean, you might even find that you could hit both and the performance figures are the same, but they could feel completely different.
Yeah, I think one thing I've noticed that the older I'm getting and the slower I'm getting is that the
the weight of a 6.5 Project X when I'm not playing that often is quite hard work. It might be all right for a few shots in here.
Yeah.
But once I'm getting going in the round and I'm kind of getting a bit tired, it tends to you tend to see that.
Is that one a good strike?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I mean, they're long.
Yeah.
Very long. I mean, if I was going to be critical of your numbers there from a 7-iron, I would say launch is a little low, spin's a little low. I would maybe, if you said to me I was hitting a 5-iron, I wouldn't be surprised.
So launching at 12 degrees.
Like that, launching at 12, spinning at 5.7.
Okay.
The problem we're then going to get with that when we dive into the numbers there. Now I know it's turned a little bit left, so obviously that will exaggerate these numbers a little bit. But if we look at that last one, that descent angle there, and we can see your average descent angle with a 7-iron of 41.6, and your highest being 44.8. I mean, the first two numbers in there are a little bit more acceptable of where I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
But I would like to see you north of 45 really to be able to get that ball landing and stopping on greens.
Okay.
This time of year, probably not a problem because the greens are soft, but when it comes to the middle of summer, greens firm up a little bit. I think if we can get something that lands a bit softer, and I mean, distance isn't an issue. You've carried that last one 190.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at tour average for a 7-iron, like you're right. You're right up there with the big hitters. So distance isn't an issue. Actually, wouldn't bother me. I don't know if you would feel the same. Even if we lost you a little bit of distance but gained you control.
Yeah.
I don't think that's such a bad thing.
Look, you know, you're the fitter. Let's see what. I don't want to hit it 150 though, Lee.
No.
So what are we going with first?
So we're going to start you off in our P770 iron. I don't like to pigeonhole irons in terms of this is our equivalent of another brand, but you know, if we were going down that route, it's kind of the closest.
Yeah.
It's a player's iron. It's got a little bit more forgiveness. I think in terms of loft, it's probably still a little bit weaker than what you're using there.
Yes.
So, and for the moment, I'm keeping you in a similar setup to your.
So this is 6.5.
Project X 6.5, a little bit longer. 5, perfect.
So what have you seen so far this year in terms of irons when you're out on the road, Lee? Have you seen anything?
I mean,
performing well?
Obviously we fit a very varied customer, a bit like yourselves. When you see it in the studio in store, that we will see probably QI and P790 are our most popular models.
Yeah.
But the other 3 P series irons are still popular in 7MB, MC and 770. I mean, straight away there, spins up, launches up.
Yeah.
I know it's only one shot, but when we look at this land angle, we're done. we can then look at that land angle there, 46.3.
Okay.
So we were already landing softer with a higher spin rate. Cool. And as I said, we might lose you a touch of carry, but we're only down from 190 carry to 185 carry. It's nothing that's going to stop you from dominating courses.
I don't think that's ever been said, Lee, if I'm honest. Dominating a course is not something I've ever done.
Cool.
Okay.
One of the other interesting things is here, just watching your ball flight and it going low left.
Thank you, Lee.
As your bad shot going low left, I almost think that your clubs might be a little bit too upright. I don't know if that's just, if you've just played that spec forever and you stick in it.
Yeah, I've always played 2, 1 up, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, this is 1 degree up, right?
Yeah, I mean, it feels fine.
And you can see it's not turning as left.
Okay, cool.
I mean, that as a starting place is really good.
Yep.
Just from a change in head, and as I said, 1 degree lie angle change.
Yep.
We've got your launch up, your spin up. We've kept the shaft the same, so it obviously feels very similar. And now when we look at those numbers as a comparison, we look, your average land angle's up 5 degrees, but your carry's up, but you've got a couple of mishits in there. So I'm actually going to ignore those 2 mishits that you had. So let's take those mishits out.
Yeah.
You're now up 3.3 degrees in land angle, so landing softer. You're up around 300 points in spin.
Yeah.
Your launch is up 2.5 degrees.
Yeah.
Your carry's only down by 1 yard.
Okay. Well,
ball speed is almost identical, 129.4, 129.9.
So then shall we?
As a starting point,
okay, we're starting
that's really, really good.
Okay.
Now I'm going to grab that. How did that iron feel?
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah. I think one of the key things, and it's why you're in your T100Ss, like you said it at the start, for your few rounds of golf you play a year, you're not going to. We're realistic about this. We know you're not going to play loads and loads of golf. So, yeah, we could probably get you into MC and MB, and you could hit it great in here. But when you're a bit rusty,
I don't want to. I'm not at that point now where I want to play golf and be slogging it around. It's not something that
you can just end up against it a little bit.
I want to stand up and clip it out there, and you know, the one thing in terms of the shaft, I think that having that 6.5, even I don't know where have you got my club head speed? 96 miles an hour. So it's fairly fast.
You're fast. You're plenty fast enough to be using Project X 6.5.
Okay. It just feels like I'm not
feels
some
like
mornings.
a sledgehammer.
I don't know whether that's because when I get out of bed I can hardly walk some days, but it's what have we got here?
We've just changed to X100. Now the reason I've changed to an X100 is I can imagine at some point you've played this shaft.
Do you know what? I never have.
Have you not?
No.
Okay.
No, I've never played standard old school X1.
Okay.
I went into a DG 120.
Okay, yeah, so just a touch lighter.
Yeah, I've never played, and when I've had a fitting, the last time I came to a brand centre or a fitting centre with one of the brands, I got put into a much lighter shaft.
Okay.
So that was when I went into Dynamic Gold 120X.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
In terms of weight, Project X versus Dynamic Gold?
Dynamic Gold's actually a touch heavier. I mean, I'm very much giving you this shaft because it's a staple, very much a staple kind of strong shaft that's been in the industry for a long, long time.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like the feel of it. I think because the shaft's heavier, I can't feel the head as much.
Yeah, and it's very, very different being, obviously we've got a shaft here with a step pattern to it, compared to Project X, which when you look at that kind of rifle style shaft to it,
yes,
it'll have a very different feel. And that was why I was saying the 2 numbers could come out similar. I mean, we look at that, he launched actually a touch lower.
Yeah, I didn't feel as comfortable from a feel perspective, and maybe it's because I'm so used to Project X.
Yes.
It didn't feel as nice.
Yeah, and this is something that is really, really big in fitting, is if someone says they don't like the feel of it, but the numbers are great,
okay,
there's a discussion to be had. if the numbers aren't any better than the previous one and they say I don't like the feel of it,
it's gone, isn't it?
it's gone.
Yeah,
Because
I agree with that.
if you don't like the feel of it,
Sometimes there's too much emphasis on the data and not enough on the player.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Yeah.
And that feedback and that kind of qualitative feedback that a player can give you,
Yeah.
what it feels like, what it looks, you know, that's as important as whether it launches high or low.
Yeah, it's very much a lot of fitting will come down to listening to who's in front of you hitting golf balls, because you can like something from the data, but if they don't like it, then you won't. So this is just a case of that example of me listening to you.
Let's hope it works.
In that I've given you a shaft here that is just a fraction lighter. Now, the only thing I would say is that it's still dynamic gold.
Yeah, that's
But
cool.
we've just gone a fraction lighter in that it's dynamic gold 115.
And how much lighter is that than the standard dynamic gold?
It's around 15 grams lighter.
Which is quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah. What's interesting there is it had a different sound,
Yeah.
almost as though you're hitting a slightly
Also,
different part
I
of the
do
golf
notice
club.
if I go too light, the ball pops up a little bit.
Yeah. So that was noticeably higher.
Yeah. If I go, and the other thing I have noticed, if I do go too light, is that I lose, the dispersion gets greater and greater.
Yep.
Like that, it's just horrendous.
Yeah. Cool.
Don't
So
like
straight away, I'm going to grab that from you.
Thank you.
I mean, there's two things there. I think one, it's probably a little bit too
getting
light
tired.
for you. I think. I also think that, you know, dynamic gold. It's the last one was a dynamic gold. That's a dynamic
okay.
gold.
So just a family problem.
Just yeah, that's what it comes down to, I think. And do you know what? As you said, you've not played X100 in the past. Might be why you might have tried it before and just gone, nah, don't like it.
Don't like it.
Interestingly, I don't. I struggle a bit with dynamic gold, and I play a shaft that's like a stepless shaft
Yeah,
as well,
I
a bit
think we
like
have to
Project
be.
X.
I think sometimes you have to be a bit careful that we blame someone other than me. What's this?
So we're now into Modus
Can't read
120.
X.
Yep,
So everything you're giving me is X.
everything's X.
Okay. And we're staying in that one up lie.
Still in one up. I've kept you there because I like you there at the moment. We'll obviously have a little look into that once we've found shaft.
Oh, that felt fantastically.
Yeah. Cool. That was good.
See, that's proper.
Faster ball speed. Good.
That feels nice.
Yeah.
A little bit more responsive than Project,
Yeah.
but a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. Ah, that was me. I'll take it though.
So this is 5 grams lighter than the Project X65. So we know now it's not quite as light as that dynamic gold mid that you didn't like,
Yeah, it just sits in the middle
but
there.
it sits perfectly in the middle. That last shot was really interesting to look at. The carry was still 185 and you didn't hit it well.
That felt fantastic.
Yeah. I think it's very much a case of now we've got you a shaft that's working with you. Now the great thing with this Modus shaft is it will help promote a little bit more launch over, say, a Project X. Now what was noticeable with that is we looked earlier, we wanted to get your launch up. So that's really good. We look through, even with a miss hit in here, I bet the numbers are going to be good. We're in there, look, 192 carry. That ball speed, 131.6. Our previous favourite was at 129.4. So we were up over 2 mile an hour in ball speed. Launch, maybe a fraction down.
Okay,
however,
knifey one there.
Although launch is down,
Yeah.
you had a bit of a bottomy one in there, which will bring that down. However, when we look at it, the land angle still 46, which is
Yeah,
where it was in the
So
in the
take that
Project X.
43.6 out, and I've got a number that's looking quite tidy in there.
We
haven't I?
take that out, you go up to almost 47.
Okay, like that.
So that's really good.
I like that.
So that as a shaft,
Yep.
I think we've kind of found our place there with the shaft.
I'm happy with that.
It's something as well, like, I mean, straight away you get a feeling from a customer that's in front of you.
I'm buying these,
You
aren't
hit, you hit one shot with it and you go, I love this.
Yeah, it was nice. The first one, wasn't it? It was the
Yeah,
first one there.
first shot.
Felt completely different.
You just know it. Now I still see a little turn in flight. I don't want to be any more upright than 1 degree upright for you.
No.
All I'm going to do is just try you at standard.
Okay.
My gut feeling before we've even tried it is it's probably a step too far maybe, but we could be wrong on this.
Yeah, I mean, path is horrendous. If you look from a technical standpoint, I'm brutally honestly, I'm not entirely sure why I'm playing, but there we go. Right. This is just standard lie, yeah?
Standard lie.
Same fly, isn't it? It's me, Lee.
Okay.
Blech. That was nice, wasn't it?
That was good. Really good. So see, it doesn't want to turn as much.
Yeah, I'm quite comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite comfortable. I like the way it sits,
Yeah.
apart from the dodgy one. Yeah, I'm quite comfortable with that, Lee. Nice.
I just think that for me, when we look at that, see, it's finishing on target and not left of target.
I know, we're all surprised.
I just think
What's the
that
numbers on
now
that?
is in a little bit better place. Like, I mean, we look at that, spins okay, launches higher.
Carry 192.
131 ball speed, 192 carry,
Descent for, yeah, okay.
and it's landing soft, 47.3.
Like that.
I think in irons,
Lengthwise?
length, we were at standard, but an inch longer.
Yes.
So where in the past you've been
Up and
up and 3/4, I think the fact that we've just gone different in lie,
Yeah.
that's a little bit more comfortable for you at an inch longer as well.
Yep.
The other thing is as well, obviously you guys are a build centre, so you understand that build.
Yes.
Where we measure from as well in terms of length can sometimes come out. If I measure this up against your 7-iron, we'll see it'll probably, like, I mean, we look at that, it'll play fairly similar.
Yes.
Again, that lie angle comes into it, and again, where we measure from in terms of length. So that's going to come in ever so slightly different. So it's going to play very similar.
So inch longer, standard lie.
Inch longer,
Modus
standard lie.
120X.
Modus 120X.
Okay, love it.
Then when we'll look at set combination a little bit here. Your 3-iron down to pitching wedge.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
I can't hit hybrids, Lee.
Okay. But how do you get on with your 3-iron?
Well, it goes. Shall we hit one?
Let's have a hit with your 3-iron and
Shall we
see.
take the Mickey? This is where I duff it and it goes. I mean, I do notice this is really upright.
It feels upright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't been hit very often, I'll grant you. There's that odd tag Asian, and we haven't had the fun bit yet.
Just shut me under that for the moment. And,
Should you just smoke one on here?
yeah. Come on, Wiz.
There you are. What's wrong with
And
that?
do you find the flight is a little flat?
I thought you were going to say, do you find the fairway? Not very often, Lee, no. It can be a little flat.
Little flat, yeah.
I think.
And you don't get on with hybrids.
No.
What about 5-woods?
No.
Never got on with them?
Nope.
Okay. Cool. Because for me, I just think that's too flat in flight.
Yeah, it's horrendous, yeah.
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 I mean, it's great in the wind.
Yep. Tripping out of trees is pretty decent.
I think we want something that just flights a little bit higher. So I like Ford's pitching wedge.
Okay.
What we'll do is we'll look around the woods.
Yep.
Find the hole, plug it. That's the best way.
Okay. So there we go, guys. Iron fitting complete. I've gone into the 770 head, standard lie, inch longer with the Modus 120X. We will have a look at grips later when we look through the bag, but that is quite a big change from that Titleist T100s. Remember, if you like our videos, please hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends, and make sure you stay tuned to watch part 2 as we take a look at the driver.